In this exercise, we're going to use the DMEF data 7 dataset again to explore the issue regarding how a state's total donations and average donation vary. We'll be using a tree map this time in our visualization. So again, we have the dataset already imported, DMEF 7 dataset. We have our measures set. We'll be adding a new one in a moment. Let's go ahead and click on Visualize. And this time, along the top here, let's select this edit option, and we will select a tree map. A tree map allows us to set the area weight and the area color in the areas that we're going to be using for our analysis. In this case, we'll be using state as our attribute for our analysis. So we can drag state here. Next, we'll decide the weight and the area color variables. So the total size of the squares that will be representing the states will be represented by the summation of the value of donations. So we can go ahead and drag this into the area weight area. Again, I'm using the measures value of donations, not the attributes. And in total, we see here that New York has the greatest donation, followed by California, Texas, New Jersey, Florida, Illinois, so on. We can also vary the color of these individual charts. So while the total value is larger, an interesting question might be, well, this is probably a function of the total size of individuals in the state. What's the average value they're donating within the state? So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to our attributes. We're going to right-click on value of donations, or we can click on the little arrow, and we're going to create another measure. You'll see here that we've actually duplicated the value of donations in our measures area. This time, though, instead of a summation, we will select this option and create an average. This average value we will use to drag into our area color. Now, based on our legend, we can see that lighter shades represent lower average donation values, while darker green represents higher average values. We see a few interesting findings here. For example, Texas, while not as large as New York and California in terms of total donations, the average donation is quite a bit larger. For example, $60.08, whereas New York, the average donation is $40.30. Oregon has an average donation of $51.92. So this is another way to explore the earlier issue we've been dealing with of a state level variation in the total amount and average value of donations. Remember, we can also still use our filter down here if we wanted to filter by a particular year. Drag in year, select this, and we could look at, say, the year 2002. And now we see that Virginia, for example, has a high average value donation. Yet another way to explore this overarching issue. We will save this graphic for use later.